This animation almost made me give up on our year-long project. The idea was simple. Create an ad for our Goose Dating game, show the cozy side of our main character, Hula, and have it all done in a month. Okay, so let's make a checklist. First we gotta storyboard the project, then block out the animation. Then we gotta make some custom assets for her home. And now the big one, animate 30 seconds of material. Take all that animation models and rigs from Maya and move it into Unreal. Then set up some basic lighting, render the video, create a musical composition for it, edit it all together in Premiere Pro. Wait, how long did I say we had? 1 month? Can we even do all that? Frankly, we're a bunch of college student artists who can't find jobs and really love what we do. Is that enough to make something like this? Well, it barely was. Okay, enough talking. Let's get started. I'll show you first the storyboard that we had. Oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't make one. Okay, well, let's do it now. Okay, so first, Hula comes home after a long day of adventuring and gets ready to do some end-of-the-day chores. Wait, chores? Actually, f*** that. Nobody wants to do chores after a big day. She'll nap instead. Okay, maybe the nap goes a little long and turns into a full sleep. It happens, don't judge, we've all been guilty. Now that she's well rested, she'll cook some food, do a little craft, and be satisfied. There. That should give us something good to work with. Okay, now let's block it out using this simple proxy character. Block out montage time. Okay, block out done. Animation in progress. Let's make some assets. First, let's start with this CD player. Gramophone? I have no idea, but here it is. And it doesn't show here, but we're gonna get a close-up, so let's get some album cover art. I wonder what this album should be called. I'll figure it out later. First, let's make a couch for her extended nap. I think we give it those stylized curves, a few little pillows, throw a painterly fabric texture on top. Wait, what's on that pillow? Oh, that's adorable. I didn't even ask her to do that. And while we're on a couch roll, let's just make a couple others for another project that I have in mind. Okay, next shot. If you can't tell, this weird looking boxy thing is a fireplace with a cooking pot inside. So here's two versions, side by side. The first one is the base model for Maya with a bit less detail. This is the one that we'll actually use in game, so it doesn't take up too much space. This other one is a much more detailed sculpt from ZBrush, which is a place where artists perform magic beyond my comprehension. So what we're gonna do for this model is something called baking, which involves another something called normal maps. The normal maps are basically saying, when light hits this, pretend it's a lot cooler than it actually is. In the end, it looks something like this. Okay, last one, the workbench. This one won't involve any of that funky stuff the fireplace had. Most of the detail here just comes from little trinkets scattered around. We're also going to whip up a few different versions of it, just so that Hula can level up her workbench at some point. Alright, all done. Should be easy from here. Oh, come on, wait, already? We were on a roll. So, remember back when I said about 30 seconds of animation in under a month? Yeah, so turns out that's a lot of work. So upon further consideration, I decided to change the total length to 32 seconds. Yeah, I know, don't look at me like that. It's called a mistake for a reason. I'm sorry. Most animators working on a passion project would probably say that. But we got lucky with who we brought on the team. Sarah here took my ideas and the block out and actually did get it done in less than a month. She really carried this team through a lot. Wait, another one already? We just had one. Yeah, well, layout is important, dummy, and you forgot about that. So what is layout? Why is it important? And how the heck did I forget about it completely? Okay, so take a look at this room. Silly me thought, oh, it shouldn't really matter where things are because we'll just move her around to a new place and change the camera each time. But not only does this make lighting way harder, but also people are just gonna notice that this room is off. So we had to redo some animation, like a whole week's worth of animation. Yeah, you can imagine Sarah wasn't very happy about that. Ooh, wait, no mistakes this time? Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm not even gonna get into this one. There were too many mistakes to list. In my defense, lighting's hard. And while I called this one a mistake, it was more just the hurdles of learning something new. When you're trying something out for the first time, you'll make a lot more than a few mistakes. The important part is that you set that alarm every day and keep trying. So yes, this part did take forever and added a whole month onto this. But in the end, I'm pretty happy with it, and I learned a lot. But oh my god, is this thing hard to use. And wow, this window shot took half a f***ing month. I don't want to talk about it. Yep, not even surprised anymore. Music is probably more important than you think. Say you're playing a game or watching a movie. 3 out of 5 senses are being removed. That really only leaves 2 ways to provide an experience. This whole time we've been focused on sight, the most crucial sense for most people. But do not underestimate the power of hearing. Too often it's an afterthought, a supporter of what you can see. But music drives emotion like no other. It can completely change any experience. Character sounds like voice acting, footsteps, and leitmotifs give personality without showing or saying it. Ambient sound effects create a real and immersive world. And most crucially, music drives the heart. That's why I gave him 2 days to compose the music. Thankfully, in his infinite patience, Atoro did not immediately end the call and leave the team. Instead, he actually put together a soundtrack for the trailer that brought it to life better than any loyalty-free lo-fi track ever could. Three months, more than a few mistakes, and a very patient team full of passionate people. That is what it took to make 32 seconds of Hula getting home and going to sleep. Now, we've made a few other cinematics like this for our Goose Dating game as well, so if you want to see more about how those are made, then subscribe so that you can see more of our videos. If you want to learn more about how the game is going, then feel free to check out the website in our bio. Thank you very much.